you did get to watch these 2 episodes of Twilight Zone, right?
I did.
So the first one is season 3, episode 8. It's a Good Life. This one's creepy as fuck. Basically the premise is there's this little kid, probably like 7 or 8. And he can do whatever he wants with his mind, essentially. That includes killing people. That includes, what does he do? He gives the dog 3 heads and throws it out into the cornfield.
Yeah, he morphs. He can morph things.
Essentially it's stuck in this little town in the middle of, I think it's Ohio. And no one can leave. And everyone has to keep him happy because he can read their thoughts. So they have to keep pretending to be happy with their thoughts. Think about how difficult that is, and not think bad things about him or say bad things about him, because he'll react very violently, as he does to the one guy.
Play the music he likes, watch the television he invents.
Yep.
Everything.
Yeah. The one guy just wanted to listen to his Perry Como record for his birthday, and he turns him into a creepy ass Jack in the Box. Creepy. Like, literally, for the 60s, this shit was horrifying. It's the guy's head on the edge of a spring going back and forth as the Jack in the Box song. Jack in the Boxes are creepy on their own, let alone a guy you just saw as a human 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, just the way they frame that, it kind of does dig into almost the horror aspect of it. It's almost like
100%.
It's almost something that if you remade that now, you could really make it dark and creepy. And it's one of the ones I think that pulls less from the sci-fi aspect and plays more into the horror when it comes to Twilight Zone.
That was cool. Man, what? When he distracted him, he's like, what's his face? I forget the guy's name. He was basically drunk at that point, but he's distracting the kid. He's like, quick, get him while he's focused on me.
Yeah.
And nobody moved.
And we saw why. And then he would send things out to the cornfield. It was just like,
send him out to the field.
Done with him. Be like, and then everyone would have to go, oh, that's just fine, Andy. That's just fine. That's real good that you did that. Also, there's like no electricity and technology and stuff, right? He got rid of all of that except for the TV that he invented.
Like he controls.
Yeah, because he had the show with the dinosaurs fighting or whatever.
Yeah.
Because even then they were like, that's real good TV that you made there. And
well, you could see everyone's disturbed faces while they're watching it. Like it's some horrifying act that's being played out in this kid's mind on the television.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's very unsettling, especially if you have kids.
Oh,
it's really creepy. It's definitely one of the more creepy episodes of the entire series. I like this one. It is one of my favorites. There's some notable actors in it as well. And that kid, he was in a bunch of stuff as a kid. He's still alive. I looked it up on IMDb. One of the few, yeah, because you figure he's like 8 in that, so
it's true.
He's in his 60s. There's lots of notable folks. It's a classic. This one's considered the 5th best of all time according to this list. I would say it probably ranks up there as well. But not much to it on this one. It's kind of a straightforward story about a creepy ass kid who does whatever the hell he wants and tortures basically an entire town.
He's a little son of a bitch.
And he turned the one lady's brain to mush, the aunt.
Yeah.
She's like barely functioning. They have to like walk her around, and she just sits outside all day because he just
such
like,
a weird.
Yeah, it's creepy. The other one is To Serve Man, season 3, episode 24. This one is one of the most iconic episodes of all time. Everybody knows this one if you show them a picture of it. The plot twist is right in front of your face because it's the title. And no one can see it until it's revealed halfway through the episode. So if you've never seen this one, aliens come to the Earth. They say that they want to help advance mankind. And, they have the cure for cancer, and they have ways to improve agriculture, and blah 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 blah. And ironically, and given the time period, the only one who doesn't trust them is the Russian delegate at the UN. Did you notice that?
Good pickup.
Yeah, it's the only one that doesn't trust him is the Russian guy. And that's amusing to me because nobody liked the Russians in the 60s in America. The Cold War, like everyone was scared they were going to shoot nukes. So also communism. So it was the whole thing. But yeah, the plot was in the title To Serve Man because they're decoding the book that they left at the United Nations, and then they decode it after like almost the whole episode, and it's like to serve man, right? To serve man. Well, no, they mean to serve man as food. They're basically taking the earth and turning everyone into cattle, which is why they're trying to feed everyone really good stuff. We are essentially grade A Japanese Kobe beef for these aliens. The Kanamits is what they're called.
Pretty clever.
Now, for modern standards, they just look like a bunch of really tall dudes that are high.
Yeah, 9 foot tall.
Yeah, by modern standards. But back then, I'm sure it was a little bit troublesome, if you will, looking at them and being like, whoa. But that's
a good point.
They are very funny now to look at. I will say that. I don't often say that about the show because I always try and take it in context for what it was made, but they are really funny looking if you watch it now.
That's a good point.
But I don't let it affect how I enjoy the episode. So it's still up there with me. I'm trying to think. I think there's
nom, 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 nom.
Is this the one that has? I thought somebody famous was in this one. Top cast. I'm looking on IMDb right now.
Bachner, Richard Keel, Susan Cummings, Joseph Ruskin, Hardy Albright, Theodore Marcuse.
Oh, yes. Okay. So the guy who plays the Kanamit is Richard Keel. Richard Keel is Jaws in the James Bond movies. That's the connection I was trying to make.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's Jaws.
Oh, my gosh. I just clicked on his picture. He did not age well.
Dun 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 dun. Ba-da, ba-da, ba-da-da.
Yeah.
Man,
he was born in 39.
Remember if you were Jaws in GoldenEye and someone else was Oddjob and you straight up could not melee them? And Oddjob would just smack at your ankles?
Did you hear they might be bringing 007 to the Switch expansion pass?
Yeah, oh yeah. Once they said the which I upgraded, by the way, and I've been playing with, the Sega games are way more fun than the N64, in my opinion.
I haven't upgraded yet. I have to.
I just beat Golden Axe the other night.
Really?
Yes, I was so excited. I loved that game as a kid.
Damn.
Yeah, that was the first thing I thought of when they said N64. I was like, oh, they're going to do GoldenEye. They're going to do online multiplayer, and people are going to freak out.
You have to.
Yeah, people are going to freak out. If that happens, I have to get the N64 controller. I don't have a choice.
I'm buying one. I'm buying one just because I have the Mario Party Superstars.
Have you tried to play like GoldenEye with a dual analog?
No.
It's so awkward and painful.
I don't think I want to.
The game was made for single analog stick.
Yeah, I don't think I want to.
Made for single analog. So yeah, I don't personally like it unless someone out there has modded it or something, but I don't like it. But yeah, this Twilight episode, again, it's one of the most famous of all time. I like that it's the plot twist is in your face and you saw it from the beginning and you didn't see it.
But you didn't.
No, you didn't. But I love the way it shows how humanity would act during an alien, I don't want to say invasion, but an alien visit. Would be all skittish and crazy at first, but if they started giving us gifts, everyone, including myself, probably would be like, oh, this is good.
We're friends.
You never think of an alien invasion as subversive and deceitful. You always think of it as Independence Day.
Or Mars Attacks.
Or Mars Attacks. I saw that movie in the theater with my girlfriend in junior high school. So Yeah, you always see it that way. So it's a very interesting twist on how to bring an alien invasion of sorts to life in a much, much different manner than we're used to seeing.